Fell, and tonight I'll be serving as the chair. This is the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting for March 6th, 2025. The agenda for today's meeting is available on the table outside. If you did not get one, you may wish to pick one up. We will follow the agenda and call up the cases in the order that they are listed. The first matter of business is citizens' comments. Any citizen wishing to appear before a regular meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission regarding any matter posted on the agenda was to sign up no later than 6 p.m. on the day of the meeting. If anyone signed up to speak, they will have 3 minutes to speak. Staff will time each citizen and provide a warning when they have 30 seconds left. No one signed up to it, okay? Next matter of business is the approval of the minutes for the following meeting. I'm going to flip my page, which would have been February 6th, 2025 Planning and Zoning Commission called meeting. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carries 5-0. The next matter of businesses are the zone cases. When we call up your zone case, the following steps will be taken. The chair will call the first case and will invite city staff to make the presentation on the case. The board may ask staff questions, but board comments and debate should not occur. The chair opens the public hearing on the case. The chair will call applicant representative to provide any additional comment. The applicant will still need to clearly state their name and address for the record and briefly explain their case. After the applicant has spoken, the chair will ask for anyone in opposition to speak. These speaking in opposition should give their name and address, then speak to the board. The chair will then ask for anyone in favor of the item to speak. Those speaking in favor should give their name, address, and then speak to the board. First zone case we have is item 3.1, zone case number 112-G. Staff, thank you.
Hello, I'm Greg Hernandez with the Planning Department, and this is zone case 1112-G. The applicant is Presto Hell Lifters for Lon Miller, requesting to rezone from neighborhood commercial district to auto urban commercial district. 46 letters were sent out and were received 0 back in favor and 0 back in opposition. The property is located north of 50th Street and west of Avenue U. Here's the aerial view of the property. To the north is a mixture of single-family residences and a duplex. To the east, west, and south are commercial properties. The current land use map shows the properties to the south zoned neighborhood commercial, and to the east and west neighborhood commercial as well. To the north zoned HDR, high density residential. The future land use map designates this property for commercial uses. Here's a picture of the subject's property, as well as views to the west, south, and east. The future land use map designates this area for commercial land uses. The proposed zone change to AC would be in conformance with the commercial designation. This request would be appropriate next to adjacent lower intensity commercial land uses and fronting along an arterial street. The proposed zone change is in conformance with the zoning ordinance. The properties are located along an arterial, and the requested zoning district is appropriate adjacent to nearby commercial land uses. The proposed zone change is compatible with the surrounding area and will not change the character of the existing development. The proposed zone change is along 50th Street, which is designated as a principal arterial, and west of Avenue U, which is designated as a collector by the Master Thoroughfare Plan 2018. Staff has no objections to this request, and we can take any questions at this time.
Are they just changing the use? It's an existing business that's already there.
No, it is a new business.
A new business. Okay, thank you.
I have a question for you. With the limit of the rectangle that you have, it shows that lot number 9 is like 3/4 of the way. Does that change like 3/4 of the lot and the rest stays as it was?
So it is platted as its own parcel, so that's just the way the tracks are. So it would change everything in that square, in that black square.
Okay, so it's not like lot 10 and half of 9.
No.
Okay.
It's
Good question.
It looks like that, but again, it's just the way that it's the full track.
Okay. Thank you.
And Mr. Chairman, there is an existing business on the east side of the structure that is there. They are looking to expand. And so this request is for that expansion.
Okay, from the east going west? Is
Yes.
that what they're looking to expand?
Yep.
So the question is if there's already building on the east side of the structure and they're wishing to expand, were they in conformance before, or is the expansion just causing it?
The expansion is what's requiring the updated zoning, because the area of the building they're looking to expand into, the way it's zoned currently, neighborhood commercial would not allow the business. The existing business is more than likely non-conforming.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Any other questions?
Sorry,
Okay.
I'm a split hairs. The existing business on the east is non-conforming?
Yes.
And that's the one that's wanting to expand.
Yes, it's a multi-tenant building that spans a few different lots. The existing business is currently zoned neighborhood commercial. It's been there since at least 2012, as far back as I can go. So they would be non-conforming with the current zoning, which is fine. They can continue to
Do that.
operate, but in order to
To expand
expand,
it, they're gonna have
they
to
need the
do it.
proper
Okay.
zoning.
So is this taking the part of the east part too and putting it into the same zone? Is that correct?
It does not include the existing business, which is fine.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Any other questions for staff at this time? Okay. Is the applicant or his or her representative here and wish to speak? If you'd please state your name and address when you get up to the microphone.
My name is Kathy Cantu. My address is the business, 2106 50th Street, Lubbock, Texas, 79412.
Okay. And you're just wanting to expand your business,
sir.
and that's basically what you're wanting
Yes,
to
sir,
do?
that's what we wanted to do.
Okay. Does anybody have questions for the applicant? Is the Presto Hell Lifters your business?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just a question on that.
Okay.
I have no other questions. Does anybody else? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone here to speak in favor of this request, or excuse me, in opposition of the request? Okay, seeing none, is there anyone here wishing to speak in favor? Again, if you'd state your name and address for the record.
Yes, my name is Michael Maldonado. My address is 1105 81st Street, Lubbock, Texas. And I just wanted to make it clear that we're not physically expanding the building. We're just expanding services that we offer, which is basically we're wanting to do auto accessories. And we need to put a garage door on the west elevation of the building. There are doors there now, but they're not big enough to pull a vehicle into. So I think that's the biggest reason for the request for
Okay.
the zone change. But other than that, I think it'd be good for the neighborhood, for business, attract more business, hopefully for us. And so I guess I speak in favor of the zone change.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, is there anyone else to speak in favor? If not, we'll close the public hearing for matter of discussion. Do we have a motion?
Move to approve.
All second.
Have a motion and a second. Is there discussion? Anybody questions? If not, we'll go ahead and call the question. All in favor of approval of item 3.1 zone case 1112G, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carries 5-0. That closes the zone cases. Next up is other business, which have a work session, which is a non-public hearing. We'll hear and discuss a presentation regarding the following.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As you will recall, when the Unified Development Code was approved and adopted by City Council in May of 2023, one of the stipulations that the Planning and Zoning Commission and City Council both wanted was that we review it every 6 months for the first 2 years. We are almost at that 2-year point. You have reviewed and amended it 3 times. So this is the 4th time now that we will do our final review and amendments. And so rather than going through amendments that staff is still working through, I wanted to just go over a proposed timeline. None of this is finalized. This is the first time you're seeing this. And then hear from the commission any specific amendments or issues you have seen, you have heard from citizens, or anything that you want staff to review. So this proposal would go through the alternative notification process, the same thing we've done the other 3 times we've reviewed and amended the UDC. That requires approval of a resolution from City Council, which could potentially take March 25th, do the alternative notification process during the month of April, conduct the joint public hearing between the Planning and Zoning Commission and City Council Thursday, April 24th. At your regular monthly meeting, May 1st, allow you to consider and take action on proposed amendments, and then have council take action May 27th and June 10th. This is the first time you've seen this. Do you have any concerns with the April 24th date? And then I would love to hear any discussion you have regarding any potential amendments.
I mean, from my standpoint, it's, I'm working with Mr. Holman and their group, and they'll have some things to add to your list, as you well know. So as long as we, I guess, have on the record that we want to be sure those are considered. And these dates look great for me personally. So.
I won't be here April 24th.
Okay.
I'm okay with April 24th as well.
What time are those usually, the joint meetings?
2.
2?
We've typically done the joint in the evening.
Okay.
I was about to say, I'm available in the evening, not during the day that
Okay.
day.
Any specific issues you would like staff to review?
I know the one that comes to mind the most is one that we've encountered a lot. It's going back in. I know that we discussed about, instead of doing specific use for smoke shops, I'd like to see if they could go back into where the discussion was of maybe going to permitting instead of special use. One, I think it puts a little more control on it, and it doesn't put it forever in that location, which I think would be best in everybody's interests.
That is one staff is reviewing, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Another one is the 5-foot setback for the wing, I guess, of the house that goes into the backyard.
Okay. We're reviewing that one as well. Anything else?
I think y'all have done a great job about coming through and working on this. I know a lot of the public gets disenfranchised about the UDC, but I still say it's better than what we had before. By no means is it perfect, nor will it ever be perfect and to fit every situation, but I think that being able to look at this going forward, and I hope even though this is after the first 2 years, I hope that it'll be one of those ones occasionally that there's always the chances to look at it and amend as we see going forward.
Absolutely. I mean, as things come up, we will do this process again at some point. This was just the 4th and final time for the stipulated 6-month review over the 2 years.
When would we be anticipating getting to see what some of the recommendations might be?
Some of the staff recommended amendments, absolutely before the joint hearing, so probably during the month of April, we would need to get that out to y'all and council ahead of time.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone else have any questions for staff or anything else you'd like to add?
Can we join the meeting remotely, or do we have to be here?
You have to be there. I'm sorry.
Any other questions? I see no other questions. We'll say we will adjourn the meeting at 6:16 p.m.